Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be breaking down the North America Grand Finals. And if you've missed all of the drama to do with this monthly final, I've already loaded 2 videos on my second channel. I'm going to upload a 3rd video later today, all breaking down just LCQ spots, World Final spots. This was the only, I believe, region really with a lot of drama for those places to get towards the World Finals. So again, if you missed it, you would have seen this is a grand final. It's already a spoiler because Space Station made it to the World Finals and Stamina made it to LCQ. But yeah, there was some question marks over literally every NA team this month, except for like Elevate and Tribe. They've already proven themselves so much. You know, Space Station found themselves only a couple of points ahead of Stamina. You know, Stamina as well, not really beating many good teams whatsoever, and quite fortunate to find themselves at number 4. We had KCP as well. I don't think they won a single set against a good team, or even a single set in the second split. There's some crazy stat behind it. And then Team Electros were actually looking like the 3rd best team in the region. They were looking really good in scrims and everything else. So yeah, a lot of drama to do with NA, but this game here, Tribe Gaming versus Space Station. Of course, we wanted Tribe Gaming to win this, and of course, I'm recording this for next day, so I already know the result myself, so I want to break it down. So straight away, I'm thinking, I mean, no disrespect to Space Station Gaming well, I just think Kit should be banned anyway. I was going to say against a lesser team. I mean, Space Station aren't as good as Tribe Gaming, but that's just facts, right? I mean, most of the time, you don't want to be letting him through. So Larry and Laurie seem to be like the best pick in triple dribble. Like it's just this constant roundabout with draft in a map like triple dribble. Like throwers become like the staple of this map, and then people find how to counter out like crazy. People stop going throwers, and then people realize that they can go throw it. Like it's a constant roundabout. So this composition here, in terms of the draft, again, we've got the Lou, which just seems to be a really good shutdown into so many aggressive ideas in the meta. Larry and Laurie, again, good against aggressive ideas, especially, well, to be fair, I don't think any of these brawlers are in particular like great into a kit. They probably can get a trade, but they're not going to like hard counter the kit. So yeah, although Kit's hypercharge is pretty broken, it's just still pretty weird to see Kit as a standalone brawler, right? Like, just look at Kit just wandering around. Normally, just to see the synergy. I mean, not since hypercharge. You get what I mean, though. All right, so Lou's already trying to get a super onto the Kit, but Bobby does a really good play there. He's not going to jump onto RBM. He's going to jump onto Sands. He's going to stop him from getting frozen and stopping RBM from cycling his super. And yeah, there's nothing else to really say about that, but Tribe are in a really good position here. Bobby is super weak, and they're going to get the kill, and they're going to score. So with the problem is that like it was a good play from Bobby, but with Kit it takes so long to get his super back, and especially because he's got very limited range. Like you've got to really make use of every single super that you have with Kit. So Bobby goes for the jump there, but there's a lot of I'm not laughing at him, by the way. It's just okay, Bobby, I'm not laughing. Well, I'm not laughing. It's because like there's just a lot of brawlers that can counter Kit in this composition, right? You got Lily just with simple gadget. You've got Lou, I don't know what gadget he's using, but maybe if he uses Ice Block, can maybe defend that. And then, I mean, Larry's probably his best bet here. But Hypercharge coming down, he should be able to kill RBM with a 4th hit there. There we go, cycles through to a next super. Doesn't connect on, but it doesn't matter because that's actually a good thing, because then that means he can get the kill quicker and he can cycle through to his next super. So a lot of the time, you don't really want to be stunning people unless your teammates are there to back you up. That is the play with Kit most of the time. But then again, like, if you're jumping close to someone, they're probably going to be able to take you down without that stuff. It's like, you just got to weigh your options pretty well. So RBM gets the stun into Sansa. He's actually using the freeze gadget, which is still pretty good into the Kit. Hypercharge, Luffy going to come in. Bobby manages to super out and get that kill, which is really clutch there. I thought in that situation, watching this live, I was like, surely that's a go. I actually looked away because I thought Tribe just scored, but the insane defense there from SSG. Now Bobby with the invis, he's going to be able to get close to Zeus. I imagine he's kind of close to super again after that other kill. Here we go, hypercharge Sands coming in as well. Luffy's going to try and get the ball away, but there's nothing that they can do about it. Bobby's just going to super kick that one in, and that's going to be a great turnaround for SSG. Amazing. Like, that was, they should have scored. I mean, missed out. They should have conceded there. Sorry. English isn't my #1 language, guys. Okay. Yap. Yeah, just full on yap is my language. Right. So So I just love Sans player cam, by the way. He's such an animated character. You just gotta love that guy, I swear. He's the same in person as well. Like, he's just so lovable and just hilarious. The most hilarious guy I'll ever meet. Right, stop glazing SSG. RBM's able to get the kill onto Kit. And now it's like Tribe are pushing forward. So one thing I noticed on Triple Drill, like, Zeus was just playing so well on Larry and Laurie. Again, like, it's a good brawler on this map, but I felt like the way he was pressuring was just really, really good. He's able to cycle through to supers, and literally from Zeus, pretty much, well, not alone, but RBM did help him out quite a fair bit. But I just think his pressure alone just got them goals. So again, playing really well here, Tribe. I think the start is definitely their strength, because with Kip, you've got to wait for the hypercharge to charge up. But you can see here, the gadget from Luffy kind of makes it so RBM is a free kill. So I don't know whether I completely agree with his gadget right there, but again, Bobby gets to trade out onto Luffy. Sans with the flush out. This is looking like it should be a goal opportunity. Passes it across. That's very, very close, but Chino manages to get the super, and that's going to be the goal. Wow, it was a really good play there from SSG. I mean, I thought like the pass across was pretty good, but I didn't expect Chino to carry on with that goal. So really well played here. So also, okay, that's going to be a great hypercharge from Luffy. Should be able to get the cleanup onto Chino, but a really good super from Bobby, saving him for now. But now they're on the back foot. Both of them are pretty weak. Sans going to come back and save him here with a gadget pretty soon. Hypercharge he's got here to play with. He's going to have to use that, although it was pretty wasted in the end. But it's going to allow them to push out spawn at least. So I guess it's valuable for that reason. Also, again, like SSG, like they haven't reached a grand final all year, but you could clearly see that they were here to play today. Like momentum, JJ was saying a lot in his stream, it's a big thing. It is a dangerous thing, of course it is, but I won't even say momentum, because like, again, like Brawl Stars, like it's hard to really say momentum. I think, yeah, it's classed as momentum, but it's more so confidence is what the SSG roster needed. But Tribe, they're able to get that out of the corner, and they're able to score that one. So really well played from them. But as I was saying, yeah, it's just more of a confidence thing. You could see that there was obviously some issues going on with SSG. You start to doubt yourself as a player. You start to second guess every decision you make in game, draft, etc. You can see they're having problems, you know, figuring out the meta, and just, you could just see that they were just really frustrated the whole year. And again, a lot of people were saying it was like excuses, but it seems like this month around, they were just locked in. They didn't want to hear any outside noise. You could see, like, this is exactly how you want to be as a competitor. You want to lock in. You want to just try not blame any other factor other than the fact, like, you, right? Like, I know there's going to be some unfortunate things with a meta, with bracket, etc., but you if you just lock in, it reminds me of a player in Call of Duty, but you guys won't even know. You just got to play to your best ability, and it's exactly what SSG are doing right now. So good kill from Bobby with the hypercharge there. Again, pretty free kill onto any of these guys other than Lily. So now here's a super. Lily has hypercharge to play with though, and Tribe do have the 1-0 lead, so it's looking very, very good for them right now. Again, like, Bobby's probably just waiting. Yeah, okay, goes for the stun, and hilariously, like, Luffy, I didn't even see that. Luffy hypercharges up, but because Bobby attached to him, Luffy goes to the shadow realm with his hypercharge, but he's stunned when he lands on top of Chino. So that's just such a funny interaction. I don't think I've ever seen that. That is just hilarious timing. But Zeus done an amazing job there on the Charlie, and now the ball can probably go in the corner. Okay, he's not going to put it in the corner. Fair play there, Luffy. So now with 1 minute left, I think it's kind of, again, down to Bobby here to try and farm his hypercharge, and it's just where the goals are going to come from. It's going to come from these hypercharges. Zeus does get a kill onto Bobby though. Chino's going to go in with his super. Catches Zeus lacking there. And there we go. I mean, Sans gets taken down. Luffy's going to get the kill onto Charlie. And yeah, 30 seconds left. It's not really looking the best for SSG right now, with a Lily hypercharge to play with. The ball going into the SSG corner, gets the kill onto Barley, and then Luffy's in a great position here. Has to use gadget defensively, but Bobby's able to get the kill onto RBM. Sans hypercharge as well. It's just not looking good for SSG, is it right now? Luffy's going to get killed. Ball firmly in their corner, and there's just pretty much no way they can make a comeback right here. So yeah, Tribe, I wouldn't say it's like the most convincing win in the world, but then again, like, they had the lead every single game. Probably like a few mistakes, which will happen against the kit. Like, the problem when you face against a kit, like, you've got to play it so perfectly. The one like little mess up or slip up, like, it's gonna get through and just wreak havoc like Bobby did that one game. So yeah, that's Tribe taking the first set there. You can see they are pretty stressed. Let's hop into the next set. All right, guys, jumping into set number 2, we have Knockout Bells Rock. As you can see by the draft there, I didn't really explain the first draft too much, but we see a first pick kit come into play. So be interesting to see how Space Station counter this one out. So we see the Cordelius ban. Is there a Charlie ban as well? Maybe that's why we went kit first pick. Let's see. No, there is no Charlie ban. So interesting to go with the Bonnie and the Ollie. So Ollie's really good in Bells Rock in particular, and really underrated in Knockout and Bounty meta. I feel like I need to go more Ollie myself, but I just never know when to actually play him. Bonnie is just a simple pick, really. We'll see what Tribe answers. So I did see Tribe go like Meeple on this map, and what was it, Lily? That just seemed to work. So again, like, we already have an aggressive option in kit, so I don't think we need that. We go with a Daryl, okay? Do you go with a Daryl? I feel like I didn't watch Knockout Bells Rock because I don't really remember too much of this. So yeah, interesting. I think I missed this set. I think I was rushing back after recording so many videos. I was trying to get to sleep, and I was like half asleep, half awake watching this one. So again, I don't actually remember what they go. Maybe they take Charlie from them, because Charlie can be decent into Ollie and the Bonnie. And then what would they really go as an answer to Kit and Daryl? Okay, they go with Squeak. So Squeak, I think the reason they've gone Squeak is because they need probably a tank counter. And then Squeak's got into the tank counter. That is my guess there. Maybe they could go something aggressive themselves there. Again, Charlie is an option against this, but not going into Squeak. Yeah, I completely forgot what they went. I completely forgot. It's been a while. It seems like I've got a bit of a strategy going, though. Let's see what they go. They go with Rico. Okay, Rico. I really like Rico into kit compositions. You're just able to farm super so easily from them. Although Squeak might be a little bit annoying, I like that because both Kit and Daryl, they're going to be trying to sit behind that wall. Yeah, I like the Rico. Again, like I feel like throwers have just got a lot worse in this meta, and so have brawlers like Rico, because they just get pressured back too easily. But then they're kind of forgotten on maps like Bells Rock, because okay, I think I've seen, who was it? Was it Team Electros? They went like Angelo and Mandy, and that's just going to get pressured back so easily. I'm not saying like I'm the draft king or anything, and I know better than the pros, but you know what I mean. Like, it's a bit simple in that sense. So already Kit has the super available, and Sans, okay, he's using the heal gadget, but he's going to get taken down too easily there. I feel like it's just so hard to keep track of a kit, especially with just gadget. And yeah, not a great start there from SSG whatsoever. But what do we even do here? I feel like we got LBM's just farming hypercharge for free, just standing still. I guess Bobby's going to try and get some super without feeding. I think that's the play. You just can't feed Kit that hypercharge. Maybe if I was Zeus, I would just honestly use my gadget and go in here. So RBM and Bob, Zeus are going to go in here. That's going to be somewhat of an easy kill into Bobby, I imagine. Bobby tries his best with a gadget, but nothing they can really do into that. So that's not looking good for SSG. As I always say against a kit competition, you want to be winning that first round. It takes so long for a Kit and a Daryl to get the super, so you should be looking to win that one. So a good thing about Squeak here is just going to farm a lot of super for free off of these tanky brawlers. Okay, now you see RBM and Kit with super here, so it should be looking good for them, unless Sans can line up a nice super. Let's see what we do. We're going to hold on for as long as possible. RBM has his hypercharge to play with. Zeus as well. Imagine has hypercharge pretty soon. He's already got quite a bit of damage on the Kit. So here we go. I don't think RBM I think he used super quite late, and then their position was really off there from what I noticed, and Zeus completely wasted his super. But yeah, I noticed again, like, Chino could just get a free kill onto the Squeak, and it's kind of this one. Well, it's not even a 1 versus 1, is it? Like, it's just this matchup here. Well, it's like a 2 versus 2, then a 1 versus 1. It's like Chino versus a Squeak, really, because RBM and Zeus every time we want to be going for that Rico. So yeah, I don't even know what happened there. Luffy just got caught off guard again. And it just seems to be the same problem over and over again. The gadget is just going to prevent them from doing as much damage as they want. But that is really, really clutch from Space Station in the end. All things considered, both of them really, really weak. And yeah, it was just really messy in the end. I think Sans with a hypercharge popped off. They went aggressive when they needed to. And yeah, I mean, maybe the kit Daryl just isn't as good as it used to be, especially with all of these new hyperchargers going into the game. And funny enough, kit's worse the game mode since hypercharge has been released. Is it probably knockout and bounty, because it's like nearly impossible to get a hypercharge in this game mode with a kit, because you don't get it automatically. It will take you all of them hits, like unless you can creep up like this, like Zeus is doing right now. That is literally perfect start to the round. Chino getting very, very fortunate though, 500 HP. But now Tribe have all the pressure in the world here, so they should be winning this first round. To be fair, the Super's going to come in from RBM. That's a really good jump away from Chino, and I just don't know how they really lost that. They had SSG completely in spawn, and I feel like they're going to fluff that again there. Like, it's a bit it's like sloppy from Tribe. You don't really see that. They're letting their guard down a little bit too much here. So Sans with a hypercharge, he's going to pop that. I have no idea how he didn't get more value, but in the end he found the right angle there into Zeus and gets the kill. So now they're a kill up. RBM's going to get gadgeted, and this is just really good team play from SSG. You've got to commend it. Really well played there in the end. And yeah, maybe Tribe just can't really play the cheese that well. That's what it looked like. A few sloppy mistakes, and Space Station just take full advantage of that. So that's going to be the second set. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into set number 3, we have Gem Grab, Crystal, Arcade, and your best picks here look like they're going to be Sandy, Lily, and Charlie, which can't really disagree with. Illumi as well has always been a good pick in Crystal Arcade. Double Sandy ban and Buster as well. So they've gone with a Buster ban probably because they want to go with Tara themselves here. So, but are they baiting the Tara? Okay, they go with a Kit. So I feel like Tribe, new Space Station, probably going to go Kit themselves. Space Station just took it, because the problem is here, right? Again, it's a situation where they go with Tara as well. Yeah, pretty standard. But the problem, like I said, is if you don't play Kit, although like Luffy, like Cord is probably Kit's best counter. The problem is you're picking Kit into a hard counter. If you don't pick him, the Tribe are just going to get Kit. Yeah, it's a sticky situation sometimes. People might think, oh, you're an idiot for picking Kit into Cordelius. Anyways, Tara is always a pretty good, well, one of the best gem grab brawlers by far right now. And you see a lot of bans, especially in pro play. They're kind of drafted around trying to ban out Tara's counters or leave them open to counter Tara. So, although I don't know why teams don't just straight up ban Tara. There's a lot of mental games going on in the draft. So Janet has always been one of the best counters to the Tara, and also in pro play a good counter to Kit, believe it or not, because you've got the jump gadget, because you can jump away at the right timing. And the thing is, a lot of pros play Claw. So by playing Claw, what you can actually do with Janet is when you're aiming your attack, you can actually click gadget whilst you're already aiming, and you just jump instantly. So that's just some good tech to know. Inside of Gem Grab, it's really, really vital. And then the Ash as well. So this is a very, very Tribe composition right here. Tara has an okay matchup into Cordelius and can be good into Ash once she gets her super. But a good Ash player will actually really, really do well against Tara, especially on this map. So the mid brawler here has to be one that synergizes pretty well with everything. They could go with like a Jae Young. They could go with the Crow. So Crow, again, just a safe brawler to have in Gem Grab right now as a mid, because as a Crow you can survive quite easily with the amount of HP he has, the gadgets, you can jump away, etc. I think can be really annoying against this Ash as well. They're probably scared of the Ash, so it really helps against Ash's healing gadget. So let's see how this fares off. Honestly, I like both compositions. I really couldn't pick too much. I would probably like Tribes a little bit more, just because Janet versus Crow mid, like Janet should win long game. You've also got like Cord into the Kit. I feel like you've got RBM on Ash. That just helps itself in that draft. So although Tribe do get a really good pinch there, they've fed a lot of Tara super. So here, like Kit's a weird one, right? Like you're not gonna see Kit pull out some crazy stats in terms of like having the best kill to death ratio, etc. But what you will see with Kit is just some disgusting turnaround plays. It's what Gem Grab is, and it's just what Kit is as a brawler. Like, again, like I got a lot of Kit myself. I mean, of course I do. Kit's one of the best brawlers, but regularly, like, people might think you're having a bad game if you're just going in a dime most time, but it's all about pressure with Kit. What else can you really do? You just want to be farming up your hypercharge as much as possible. So that reminds me of Mortis in that sense, right? Like, Mortis doesn't really win too many interactions until he gets his super and his hypercharges. Same goes with Kit. So with super here from Chino, the jump away from Sans gonna keep him alive, and Chino barely surviving there. So Bobby gets to jump on Luffy. Luffy jumps away, but that actually charges Bobby's hypercharge up. So you know what? Not too bad at the end of the day. But Tribe have a bit of a gem lead here. Chino again managing to die to RBM. RBM's just such a good Ash. It's just crazy. Like, I need some lessons from him just personally at this point. And so now double hypercharge locked and loaded for SSG, but then you've also got Zeus with a hypercharge and Luffy as well. So Crow has been very aggressive on the Janet here, which has been serving him pretty well. Hypercharge going to come in from Chino, does clean up the kill pretty well. Maybe that was a bit too aggressive from RBM, but what could he really do into a Tara hypercharge? That's why she's such a good gem grab brawler, because that hypercharge is just, it's inevitable. You're going to get a free kill. So that's a really good hypercharge from Bobby. It actually lands the stun onto him through the wall, and then that's a bit of a misplay from Luffy there, I believe. I'm pretty sure, didn't he like jump into Bobby instead of jumping out? Yeah, small misplay, but definitely gonna have its... Okay, I don't even know what is happening right here. Bobby gets to jump onto Zeus, and that's gonna allow the stun just in time. That was just a lot of chaos. Gem grab in 2025. What even is this game mode anymore? Sans is able just to survive so much into RBM here thanks to his gadget. Hypercharge coming out. Luffy's going to jump in. This is looking really bad for SSG at the moment, but Sans barely in time is managed to respawn and pick up the gems. Is there enough gems in the middle here for Tribe? I feel like there probably is. Yeah, there is just enough time here for the middle one, but Bobby has super, Sans has super. Bobby's going to jump in, and just Tribe just aren't there positionally. They just aren't ready to pick up that last gem. And now Space Station are taking the momentum forward, and they're looking pretty good. Look at Bob, look at Unk with his new trim. It's just too much aura. It's just pushing him through this game. Okay, so in terms of again, I think it's like the smaller mistake. It's so hard to keep tabs of a Kit. I just don't know why Kit isn't banned out. Instead of like having to worry about Kit and your strategy having to be like, where is Kit invisible? Like, it's just too much strategy involved against this Kit. It's just not, it's just too risky. It is too risky in this game. It's like when Kenji was broken with his hypercharge. It's like leaving Kenji open. Like, you shouldn't really do these things. I don't know what NA is doing, but leaving so much Kit open, it's just too good. It is too good. I mean, at least in knockout you can counter it, right? But here, like, eventually Bob's just going to go in. So you can see there from Zeus, really well timed there. He's always making sure that his shot is fully charged up. I'm not sure what gears that Zeus is using. He should definitely be using shield, by the way, just as a gem carrier. But he should definitely be he's using speed and vision. I guess kind of makes sense to pick up more gems, but I just like shield gear a bit more on the gem carrier, especially if you're facing off against a Kit. I think, does it... No, I don't know. It might not change an interaction against Kit. Maybe that's why I didn't switch to the shield. But yeah, I just prefer that on a gem carrier. All right. Tribe are in a really good position here with 8 gem lead. Bobby's going to miss the super, and he has got gems, so he's got to be a little bit careful. But the double team here on RBM, that's going to allow them to get some kills. But Luffy's going to pop hypercharge and collect those next few gems. He should be able to get a kill and get out against Sans there. Yeah, so I just think Space Station just haven't really got anything cooking inside of this set. They got a hypercharge Tara super here that they need to try and make a comeback with. They can get the hypercharge onto Zeus here, but he's saving onto his shot. He's got super to play with as well. And yeah, that was just super convincing. I just don't even know what really happened in that game. It was just complete domination. I just think they kept tabs on all the brawlers pretty well. They just had more presence in the mid. Yeah, pretty simple there from Tribe. So this is very, very important for the momentum of the game, by the way. You want to win that third set. You want to go 2-1 up, of course you do. So now Sans goes extremely aggressive again with the gadget play. Bobby's going to get pinched down, uses gadget to no good effect there, and Tribe have complete control over the map. So not good if you're a Space Station fan right here, because RBM just sitting here nice and cozy. You've got Luffy with super. What can you really do in this moment? So Bobby goes for the jump, and again, no real backup there from his teammates. So kind of he's got wasted super that's not really going to charge in up his hypercharge whatsoever. Sans going to go in the shadow realm, but I feel like but SSG just getting completely dominated at the moment. 6-gem lead nearly. Well, there is 6-gem lead here for Tribe. Bobby with the invis, not really going to find the moments to pounce, but especially in gem grab when you're losing lanes, it's actually good to double lane. You want to get back at least one, so some good strategy here. Bobby's going to get the kill onto Luffy. Well played from Sans there though, basically to get him low. Sans going to go down here, and it's just looking drastic for SSG, but RBM's going to get pulled and tag team from Bobby. He's doing a great job to stay alive here. Luffy as well, he can jump away. Hypercharge is pops but wasted there. Really, that's a lot of utility just wasted. I mean, like, he probably thought he was going to die there in that moment, but I think Zeus would be able to collect the gems even if he died, so I don't think he needed to pop hypercharge in that moment. So now Bobby has hypercharge. This is pretty scary here for Tribe. Zeus has hypercharge to play with as well. Bobby's going to pop invis. Zeus goes for the hypercharge. He's going to try and get a kill with it, but Sans has his shield. But now Zeus has no super to get away from Bobby. He uses gadget as well to get that final gem, but that is just at the worst time impossible, and SSG can just get out of it. There's just a lot of small bad plays there from Tribe, which allow SSG the opening. That's what I mean with their kit. You just need that one moment to turn things around, and what a messy gem grab game it was. There was just a couple of bad sequences there from Tribe. You saw, like, I guess the hypercharge was there for like trying to get out of, trying to get some pressure to collect that last gem, and then the jump away to get that last gem, yeah, kind of makes sense, but I don't know, like, he probably should have used it once the kit hypercharge came in, but he used it too early. So that was both super and gadget down for Janet. Both things you need to keep, especially against a kit. So yeah, some sloppy plays there from Tribe, but Space Station, they sweep things up there. So 2-1. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into set number 4, we have Bounty Hideout, and here are the best picks for Hideout. Then we have Jaeyoung, Jean, and Angelo. It's kind of nice to see Angelo actually being, again, like, another brawler just ends up getting forgotten. Oh, Angelo's good again. Like, I just don't understand this. I always think Angelo's super annoying in Bounty, Heist, and Knockout. So Kaze first pick on a map like Hideout is pretty dangerous. How are we going to counter this? I want to learn. So Bonnie, okay, Bonnie. It's like, of course you're going to counter Kaze with a meta brawler, right? But let's see what else to go. So Jean ban as well from Space Station. Bobby's been doing really well on the Jeans, but again, they got to ban that. It's such a strong first pick. Mr. P, great. Great can be countered, and the Bell. So we're going to go with the Ollie. Okay, pretty interesting here. Ollie, I feel like, is a hard kill for a Kaze, right? Because there's just so much health on Ollie. You've also got a super that can maybe get away. You've got a gadget that can probably, okay, maybe I need to try out more Ollie into Kaze. Maybe that is the strategy. Let's see. I think the big thing here actually is it's just my teammates. They're just not able to keep tabs on the Kaze, going invisible all the time. It is a little bit annoying. So let's see what Tribe go into an Ollie and a Bonnie with. Surely it's got to be something. So go to Gus. So Gus, pretty good into everything, right? Can't go wrong with a Gus, really. Like, easy to hit shots, easy to combine with a Kaze. And then the next one probably is going to be some anti-tank, like a Charlie, like a... Well, not naughty, but along those lines. I think it's only really Charlie. We're going to go with a Charlie. And if I remember correctly here, actually, I would have gone with this personally. Like, I was calling it out on Drage's stream. I remember the set quite vividly. I was calling out the Amber. So you might be thinking straight away, why Amber? But this is a great pick into Charlie. And it's actually good on Hideout, funnily enough, Amber. Because if you get the lead, it's really hard to push into an Amber. Especially because there's not really a lot of snipers in the bounty meta right now. And those are Amber's biggest weaknesses. You've only really got... well, actually, Kaze is a good counter to Amber, but just for that matchup into Charlie, it's very, very good in that mid interaction. It's just a weird one. This first actually came about, I watched quite a few of Totem scrims, and they were going a lot of Amber, or even on match arenas as well, like a month ago or so. So They probably learned it from the EU draft. But I think it's a good pick. It definitely is a good pick. It just means that Charlie's not really going to get a lot of value into that particular matchup. But I think it all comes down to here. Literally all comes down to whether Luffy can get those pop-off plays with Kaze. So he is the brawler. He is going to be the one looking to make things happen here. So yeah, there's a lot of health on the side of SSG. I think, again, into a Kaze, you probably want some... You want a lot of health, because Kaze just deals so much damage very quickly. So if you have a lot of health, you can survive. Simple, right? Wow, who would have ever thought that, Spen, right? Okay, Luffy's going to try and get the kill onto Bobby, but again, because Ollie has so much health, he can't really do anything about that. And Chino with a perfectly timed super. Also, Bonnie isn't the worst thing into a Charlie once Bonnie gets that super. So Chino's been playing Bonnie like stupidly well, by the way. Bonnie jump always looks really easy to hit, but it's actually pretty hard, especially in pro play, to constantly land those supers from maximum distance. But he just seems to be cleaning up so well on the Bonnie. Like, Chino just never really gets the recognition, because Bobby and Sans, of course, are the more well-known players. But he's been playing really clean today, I've got to admit. So Luffy gets the kill there onto Amber. But again, Chino and Bobby, they just snuff it out there, and they're able to get the kill. So really good hypercharge there from Zeus. Sans going to get taken down. Luffy with a hypercharge, he's going to get a triple kill, and that's insane. That is absolutely insane. I feel like I want to rewind that back because of just how disgusting that was. You can tell like he's on low ping, but at the same time, he was just able to throw that out so quickly. The sequence and how it happened, it was beautiful. It actually was beautiful. You love to see it. Luffy is just so good on the aggressive brawlers. It really is great. So Chino jumps in here, but without hypercharge popped. I don't know whether that was a mistake. Just as I was saying, Chino's been playing so well. Yeah, a bit of a mistake there, but I don't know if that probably would have made a difference, right? But not, I don't know whether that would have won them the game. But yeah, great start from Tribe there. Again, it all came down to the Kaze. The great pop-off moments here there with the hypercharge. It was just too much to handle. And it's all about protecting this Amber, because I think I remember in a few situations, like, Kaze is just so good into Amber. There's nothing that Amber can really do. One super into Amber's face, she is dead pretty much every single time. It reminded me of another matchup. I'm trying to think of the top of my head where Kaze and Heist just kept going. Oh, it was for the Lumi. Yeah, Kaze again, great into Lumi as well. So now Space Station aren't in the best position here in the world right now. They are down a star as well, so yeah, it's not really looking the best. So we have Luffy, he's gonna get lit on fire there from Sans, so looking pretty good for SSG here in the end. They're gonna now push up super, coming in as well, and that's a beautiful double fire as well, and that's going to be 2 kills and the lead going their way. So this is definitely what SSG need. They just need to defend their lead a bit better here in the end, especially if Sans can get hypercharge towards the end of the match. It's definitely really going to help them out. So Sans here, he's trying to be careful of this Kaze. I believe he does try and break open the grass. Well, this is like a good counter to Kaze in this sense on this map, maybe, because you can burn these like 2 bits of grass, and then how can Kaze sneak up onto you? So I think actually a pretty valid strategy here, which not many people have considered. But Luffy has hypercharge already. He's just waiting for the perfect opportunity and his teammates to like back him up if he goes in here. Luffy's gonna pop hypercharge, he's gonna go in, get a kill, dash out, and Zeus, he's going to actually get burnt here. So that means now Tribe are still losing this one with 20 seconds left. Space Station looking really good in this moment. Sans pops gadgets, trying to cycle through to his super. Hypercharge is probably going to get played pretty soon. He's going to get very weak. Bobby's going to go in, but he gets knocked back into Zeus, and the hypercharge onto RBM as well. That was just a really unfortunate sequence there, and it just works out in the SSG's favor. It just works out perfectly, and now they are on match point to potentially, well, get their first monthly final win in 2 years, I believe, which is absolutely insane to even be in this position, especially the year they had. Even myself, like, I love the guys on SSG, but I just really didn't foresee this whatsoever, especially because they didn't practice whatsoever for semi-finals and finals. Like, they probably didn't even expect to be in this position. Let's be brutally honest. I don't think even their org expected it either, because like it's just all they had to do is basically win the quarterfinal. That was their job done. They didn't need to practice semis or finals. I mean, it's obviously good, and if their scrim's been going good and their just confidence is high, then why can't they win the monthly final? But preparation means a lot in Brawl Stars, and for them to be doing this good without preparation, it is kind of crazy. It is. Okay, so now Space Station have the lead again. Sam's gonna use a super there, does not actually connect it onto RBM, and wastes his other super as well. Doesn't actually burn any of the grass up, which isn't, well, it burns a bit of it up, but not really too much. So again, Luffy has his super to play with here. He's got a gadget pretty soon, which will make him invisible. But he's just waiting. He's biding his time here. He's waiting for his teammates maybe to build up super. So here comes the Invis, gets the double super off as well. But the problem here, like, he gets the kill, but his teammates aren't in a position to really back him up. And of course, it's the Kaze. Like, they're all grouping up, so then they can get the trade after one of them dies. So Bobby tries to go in here, just get knocked back, but Luffy's going to go in, try and get the kill onto Bobby, but still Blue Star is on the side of Tribe. Chino with a really well-timed super. That's going to allow him that extra bit of HP. If he didn't actually go back into his cannon form, he of course would have died, and then he also survives basically one shot. So Space Station are really trying it here. Again, RBM knocks back Bobby, but knocks him straight into Luffy. So I don't know whether RBM could help that. Maybe it's just good play from Bobby forcing that super out. It's just very unfortunate for Tribe here in the end. So RBM, he's going to be very, very weak. I don't even know what's happening in the end. Luffy's going to hypercharge in, but Chino has all the stars, and there's just nothing that Tribe can even do about that. And SSG are your monthly final champions. Just look at the happiness with Sans. He's just... he must have just gone through so much pain. I mean, like, I can relate to just how his month has gone, like, especially last year as well. They didn't make did they even not make LCQ? I can't remember off the top of my head, but they didn't make world finals, and they didn't win a monthly final last year. They've just been doing so poorly this year, so that must be so relieving, and that's just a testament to that team. You've got to hands up to them. Of course, I love Tribe and I wanted them to win, but you kind of still like that. So, like, Tribe is still number one. They won 4 out of 6 monthly finals, so they shouldn't be panicking too much in this position. But you just got to give the other team credit in this sense. Like, again, Bobby was getting absolutely hammered on social media. Like, so many people were telling him to retire, that he fell off, etc. And I was one of the people, of course, Bobby's one of my good friends, but I was backing him up. Like, you can't just kick someone whilst they're down, but that's the motivation they probably needed, and just got to love to see it, to get that motivation to prove people wrong. That's exactly what Space Station did, and now they're looking pretty good going into World Finals. So again, I won't read too much into it from Tribe Gaming. I think they made some sloppy plays in gem grab that probably ended up costing them the series overall, but yeah, fair play to Space Station. Definitely deserved in the end. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.